Hi there, and greetings from Lord Barrel. With the wind chill factor, it is running at -7 today, and it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so hence I'm roped up. Welcome again. Today I want to talk to you about the concept of your core customer, your perfect future client, your ideal client profile, whatever term you like to use. It's critical to identify who your core customer is so that you can identify the brand promise you're going to develop for them and identify the unique value proposition you're going to develop, which will actually end up scaling your business and making you more profitable. So we're going to jump into three ways of looking at this. Firstly, is a very high level slide deck. Secondly, I'm going to take you through a tool that I've developed that you can use. And if you email me, the link will be at the bottom of the video. I'm very happy to share this tool with you. And thirdly, I'm going to share my ideal client profile so you can see how it actually works. Excuse me. If that's okay with you, we'll jump straight in. So let me just share. Actually, this isn't perfect, but anyway, it'll run. So core customer. Robert Bloom is the key thought leader behind this, and he wrote a great book called The Inside Advantage. But what he talks about is the easiest and most profitable growth will be achieved by adding additional customers, very much like your current most valuable customer. That makes sense. So who is your core customer? It's a real individual person with a unique identity and needs who will buy from your company for optimal profit, exists in your current customer base or client base now, is a real person with wants, needs, and fears, has a unique online identity and behavior so you can find them, and pays on time, is loyal, and refers others. Makes sense. So here's a company I did some work for a long time ago now. It's called Jbro. And Jbro it's all about being customer-centric, and their core customer is Pat. And as you walk through Jbro's offices, and if you walk through their warehouses, you'll see pictures of Pat everywhere. There is, in fact, a life-size cutout of Pat in the boardroom. And whenever they're having a meeting regarding strategy and the like, you see a picture of Pat, and he's there, ever present when they're making decisions. What does it mean? So from end to end, our business, Jbros, has been built from the ground up to serve Pat. Jbro is genuinely customer-centric. Every decision we make, we think about how this will affect Pat. And so if you look to the right of Pat, now he doesn't want hassles. When he wants something, he wants it done right and he wants it done fast. And that is the key thing that drives everything at Jbro. This is called a waterfall chart. It's a critical thing. What are the common attributes of customers who love you? What customer segments do you need to make money? The answers will help you determine the profile of your core customer. And you should be focusing everything on the core customer. And anybody that's not a core customer, don't waste your time on them. So something I work on with my clients is the leadership team exercise. Who is your core customer? What do we know about your who? Demographics, industry segments, types of customers. You need to dig right down to the individual who buys. And surprisingly enough, I have a one-page tool to help you work out who your core customer is. So let's move on now to my more detailed tool. Bear with me for a second. So we've got the one-page tool there, and this is the more detailed tool. So by identifying the core customer, you can determine their true needs and what they value. This allows you to develop a brand promise that will break down barriers to sell your products or service, thereby fueling your sales engine. As we said earlier, a real person will buy for optimal profit, has a unique online identity and behavior, pays on time, is loyal, and refers others, and exists today amongst your customers. So following Rob Bloom's book, Inside Advantage, there's 7 steps to identify your core customer. Okay, we're looking to develop a statement that clearly identifies them. And question, is there more than one? So we start by listing the names of 5 real ideal customers. a person who fits that criteria. And then we put an asterisk next to the customers who we perceive to be most valuable. Discuss with your team what other valuable clients to add to your list. Also add to the list your competitors' customers that you currently want as well. Then we jump down. I'm going to run through because, as I said, I'm very happy to share this with you. When we look at just these high priority customers, at this point, we just list as much information about the customer as we can. Specific words, 2 or 3 specific words or phrases. What are their individual traits and characteristics? Think back to Pat. It's about defining your core customer as a person, not an industry or a market segment. Is it the CEO, in my case, yes, or the director of marketing? Keep it to about 20 words. Why are they a high priority? What makes them a good fit for your company's culture and product and service? Does the team like working with these customers? I've got to tell you, it's one of the key criteria that I choose, that I have when I'll take you through it in a bit, choosing my clients is their long-term engagements. I don't want to be working with idiots. It's a nice way of putting it. Personal characteristics. What are their needs and wants? Do they have a problem that you can solve? Do they have needs and wants that you can't solve? Who are the core customers' enemies? What insights that tell their story? How are they buying? We want them to think, feel, do. Come up with a list of 10 to 15 things that the core customer you've identified desires. And the key thing here is, are they profitable? Why would we even think about going looking for a new customer or a new client that is not profitable for us? Okay, so additional notes. In the tool, you'll see here notes, identify who your primary customer is, who your supporting customer is. Develop your uncommon offering to meet your customers' demands. And I talk about this here in a bit more detail. I'm going to show you what that looks like in my own core customer. As always, R&D, rip off and duplicate. This is an amalgamation of information from different sources. The key sources are The Inside Advantage a book by Bob Bloom, some great work that Patrick Tian has done at Rhythm Systems, Defining Your Core Customer, and another book by Shannon Susko, The Metronome Effect. So just bear with me for a moment, just so that you now can understand exactly what I'm talking about. I'm going to share with you my core customer. And you can see how it all fits together. Excuse me, so bear with me. So my perfect future customer, my ideal client profile, my core customer, whichever terminology you like. So yeah, my business is a CEO coaching mentoring business. What does that mean? So demographics of my perfect future client: a founder, CEO, business owner, 45 to 65 years old, of a private company. When they start with me, they have somewhere between $2 and $8 million in revenue, which equates to 10 to 50 odd staff at the kickoff of an engagement. And generally, they're Australia-based. I do have clients overseas, but time zones just means that generally we're Australia-based. Now, why? 45 to 65. One of the key things that I help my clients achieve, number one, is the ability to scale their business, but to scale their business in a way that they don't lose their life, or in fact, give their life back to them. We're looking to take a client from somewhere between 2 and 8 million up to about $50 million over a period of time. That's what we're looking to do. A private company. Reason for that, it's all about decision timeframes. I've done a lot of work with public companies. I prefer working with founders and CEOs of private companies. 45 to 65 years old. Why that? Because the CEO by that stage, or the founder, has been in the business generally for a fair period of time. They have developed a leadership team. They've probably made a lot of mistakes, may have hit a ceiling. They're trying to get a life back. They're trying to make the business self-managing so they can get a life back. The leadership team are actually operating without the roadblock, without them being a roadblock. And potentially they're looking to make an exit at some stage, or be prepared for an exit at some stage. That age demographic works. What are they like? This is more the feeling stuff. excuse me, they come with batteries included. They're people that want to make a dent and they're self-motivated. They're fun, they're smart, they're a learner. My best clients don't need me. They could figure it out themselves eventually, but they want me to help them fast track. They're looking for a transformation and they believe that what I do will help them do that easier and quicker. They're proactive. They take full responsibility for their actions and results. They're generous with their knowledge, skills, their time, systems, and tools. I bring my clients together. They help, they share, they learn from each other. They pay on time. Fairly obvious one. They refer their friends and they're committed to the long term. So if you think about that, the perfect future client for me, I've defined that in quite considerable depth. And that's what we're looking for you to do as well, so that you, and more importantly, your team, know exactly who the perfect future client is, and more importantly, exactly who isn't. Okay, I hope that's been helpful. As I said, I've got the two tools, the one pager and the more detailed tool to help guide you with this. In the show notes below will be my email address, and just let me reach out. Very happy to send it to you. No fee. I hope that helped. Speak to you soon.